Hey folks, it's Steve Wilmes and Matt Kita with the Risk Control Show. We're here with a public service announcement. That's right, we got an announcement. If you have been subscribing to our YouTube channel, we really greatly appreciate that. Thanks. Send money our way if you want, or just hire us. That's even better. If you're new to the channel, we do all kinds of things, risk, public and private agencies. We try to bring you the hot new topics and we hope that you enjoy that. Feel free to leave comments. We'll take a peek at those and try to incorporate them when we can. We just wanted to give you a quick public service announcement on the silica exposure, the crystalline silica, Cal OSHA in December, right? December 23, Matt?
December, yeah. It was amended in December and it went into practice at the end of that month. So basically at the start of this year.
Yeah, looks like filed 12/29. There's been some updates looking at in March of 24. So they're trying to work on the silica standard. It's section 5204 of Title 8 for Cal OSHA. Let me just drag this over here so people can see. 52. So it's this 5204 respirable crystalline silica, however you like to pronounce that. But bottom line here is whenever you're cutting, grinding, doing any type of work with concrete, if the silica exposure is greater than the 10%, then you should take these measures. They're trying to bring this into general industry. I think there's a lot of training that's being missed. We have a lot of exposure to individuals that are working inside buildings, are passing through these areas where the construction is occurring, and they're not protected, they're not aware, they haven't had training. And so bringing this to general exposures, we always ask this question when we're with cities or school district IT managers is, what do you guys have your folks do? So many times there are issues where you have to install power, you have to install cabling, cat cables, all this kind of stuff.
Right.
And a lot of times, bigger agencies will subcontract it out, smaller agencies will subcontract it out. But that intermediate will have they'll be trying to do things themselves. So they'll be cutting stuff, they'll be drilling, and they don't have any training on these exposures or any respirators. So be on the lookout. June, what date was it? June 26, 24. They need to have the final update or this emergency standard will be repealed. So be looking for that to be completed. We have a little over a month for that to be done. There's a lot to be done this legislative year with Cal OSHA, this calendar year. So be looking for this to get pushed through.
Yep.
Like I said, they have been working on it, and I think it's a good thing overall. It's another training requirement, but it is very good. A lot, we just don't really pay attention to it. I remember, so people always say California is up and coming and the number one leader on this. Matt, when my dad had the swimming pool business and I was 9 years old, we were talking about silica and we were talking about silica free versus free silica in the swimming pool sand that you put in your filtration systems. And
Okay.
and people would want to come and buy our filtration sand for playground to put in their sandbox for their kids and stuff. And we would not
Right.
sell it to them because it had free silica in it. It wasn't
Okay.
silica free. And so there's, here we are, 2024. I was 9 at the time. Do I really need to calculate this for everybody?
You don't need to
43
get, yeah.
43 years ago, I
43
was
years
talking
ago.
about silica exposures with my customers.
Right.
When I got to be more like 15, we were really talking about it. But you're going back 30 plus years. Why are we just getting around to this now? Folks, it's there. It's in concrete, it's in sand, it's all these things. So be careful cutting and drilling and grinding and all this kind of stuff. Got to use exposure control methods. And if you're not, you're really putting yourself at risk. You're going to find out, just like they did with asbestos and lead, that down the road, this is a problem. So this is our public service announcement. Get your respirator, get fit tested, do it annually, get into the medical surveillance program, follow these regulations, get trained up, and protect the people that you're working with. I don't know if you got anything to add to that, Matt, but
No, I think you hit on the point. I feel like one of the important parts is it really establishes a new PEL and action level for silica. But the point is that this was this was already in place in some point to protect you. So if you haven't been doing it, get on it. You know, basically take on the actions you need to protect your workers, ensure that your workers know so that they protect themselves. A lot, like Steve said, a lot of times, if it's maybe you're not constantly working on sidewalks, or so you don't have this extensive exposure to silica in concrete, but you do occasionally do work where so you kind of like, I'm not here to drill this hole to be worried about silica. I'm drilling this hole to get down to do work on the utilities underneath, but it's still part of it. You still need to, you still are potentially, even if, I'm not a concrete grind, I'm not working on grinding concrete, but I am, I'm working on the pipes underneath. You still need to have that training. So you still need to take care of your workers.
Backer board, there's all kinds of stuff. I'm looking for, best one. Let me see if I can find this, because if we show this, let's see. I'm sure the clothing manufacturer will be happy. I remember looking at, this is a very popular clothing company in the construction field. You and I actually have quite a bit of it.
Okay.
But I'm trying to remember where I saw this video. I think I screenshotted the video. But it's them grinding concrete. No wet method, no respirator.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm like, man, that's just really stupid. I'm not sure who. I mean, it looks cool, but it's not cool.
Right.
So anyway, I can't find it quickly. But just know, like, this standard 5204, this is in general industry. These have already been in agricultural, construction safety orders, all those. So this is beefing up general industry. Again, we see it all the time. You have to pay attention. Don't let this go. All right. I will talk to you all next time. I think that's all we got. The drill on everything else.
Yep, we got it.
All right.